Hey everybody, Ryan here. Alright, gonna go over all the games for February 24, 2021. Alright, just to get started, if you haven't hit that subscribe button, hit that subscribe button. Help me and this channel out, and hopefully we can do a lot more content in the future with more subscribers and everybody watching. But for now, let's get started with the games from today, February 24, 2021. Alright, first game was between Carolina and the Tampa Bay Lightning. This one, I had the score reversed there. I forgot I had to reverse that. It was actually 3-0 Tampa, not Carolina. So Tampa Bay won this one 3-0. 6:43 into the first. Ross Colton, first game, first goal of his career from Victor Hedman and Alex Killorn. Congratulations to Ross there. Always nice to get that first goal out of the way. 17:27 into the first. Blake Coleman's fourth on the power play from Yanni Gourde and Pat Maroon. 2-0 into the first. Now, Carolina does not respond at all in the scoring area. Vasilevsky made some amazing saves in this game. But, shocker there. Probably the best goalie in the world and making some really good saves. Shocker there. Third period, 19:25 in. I believe this was an empty netter. Barclay Goodrow's fourth from Alex Killorn. And that would seal it out. 3-0 Tampa Bay. Tampa outshot Carolina 28-25. Carolina won the face-off battle, though, and pretty handily. 64-36. Yikes. I think Tampa's missing Cirelli there. Alright, on the power play, 0 for 1 for Carolina, 1 for 1 for Tampa. Penalty miss, 4 for Tampa, 2 for Carolina. Wouldn't that make Carolina 0 for 2? Unless they took one at the end of the game, then it would have had a power play technically. Hits were 31-21 in favor of Tampa. Blocks 13-6 in favor of Tampa. And Tampa with 2 giveaways to Carolina's 0. So Carolina's coach is going to be happy about that. 0 giveaways. But upset about the fact they couldn't get a goal. That is not good ever. Alright, and oh God, I gotta say this guy's name again. Nedeljkovic is how I'm gonna say it this time. I'm probably saying it horribly wrong. He made 25 saves for 926 save percentage for a loss, and like I said, Vasilevsky 25 saves for the shutout. Another win for Vasilevsky. Alright, on to the next game. Oh, by the way, Tampa took over first in this division with this win. Next game, Dallas versus Florida. Can Dallas's losing streak continue? Well, I better hope not. And it didn't. Dallas won this one 3-0. John Klingberg scored the first goal 53 seconds into the game, his third of the year from Joe Pavelski and Jason Dickinson. That would be it for the first period. No scoring in the second. Third period, Esa Lindell's second, 2:17 into the third, from Radek Faksa and Justin Dowling. It's kind of surprising Faksa only has 2 assists on the year. He needs to get going with the offense. 16:26 into the third, Joel Kiviranta scored his second from Joe Pavelski. So Pavelski with 2 assists in this game, and he's your only multi-point guy in this game. This one, Dallas was horribly outshot again. Florida outshot them 43-26. Khudobin stood on his head. How did Khudobin have a 960? Okay, I didn't change his save percentage. Sorry about that. It's a 1,000 save percentage because he had a shutout. Face-off percentage 51-49 in favor of Dallas. Power play 0 for 4 for Dallas. 0 for 3 for Florida. Terrible night for the power plays. Good for the penalty kills though. Penalty minutes was 10-8. Florida with 10 hits. A lot of hitting in this game. Florida out-hit Dallas 42-38. Blocks were 15-8 in favor of Dallas. So Dallas blocked another 15 on top of the 43 that actually hit the goalie. And who knows how many missed shots they had, but let's see. That makes it 58 shots just off of those. The shots on goal and the blocks number. Yikes. 3 giveaways each. Khudobin, like I said, 43 saves shutout. Dryger, 23 saves, 920 save percentage. Played well, but allowed those 3 goals. On to the New York Rangers versus Philly. Like I talked about in the video from yesterday, the issue with Artemi Panarin is front and center right now. They're going to be missing him. Let's see how their offense does without their first game without Artemi Panarin versus the Philadelphia Flyers. Amazingly, they didn't do too bad. 4-3, Flyers won this one in regulation. Let's see if the Flyers actually outshot somebody in this game. That'd be a miracle in itself, too. Alright, 7:48 into the first. Eric Gustafsson scores his first as a Philadelphia Flyer from Shane Gostisbehere and Claude Giroux. Then 9:32 of the first, Chris Kreider's 6th of the year power play goal from Mika Zibanejad and Adam Fox. Then 15:31, Shane Gostisbehere had his first of the year on the power play from Eric Gustafsson and Claude Giroux. So 2-1 into the first. Second period, 4:05 in, James Van Riemsdyk's 9th of the year on the power play from Joel Farabee and Sean Couturier. 8:03 into the second, Chris Kreider scores his 2nd of the game, 7th of the year, power play goal from Mika Zibanejad and Ryan Strome. 3-1 at this point, or 3-2 at this point. 14:37, Kevin Hayes, goal against his former team, 7th of the year from Claude Giroux and Philip Myers, making it 4-2 at that point. Third period, nothing from the Flyers, but 3:27 into the third, Chris Kreider completes the hat trick, 8th of the year, from Ryan Lindgren and Colin Blackwell. So Kreider with a hat trick in this game. Unfortunately, they lost because he scored the only 3 goals for his team, but hey, that's a start in the non-Panarin time that they're going to have, because who knows when he will return. But for now, Kreider had a hat trick in the first game. Evidently, if he can keep that up, that'd be a good thing. And Zibanejad had 2 points in this game. Still sitting on 1 goal, I believe, but he's up to 4 assists. It's something. Chris Kreider, 3 goals. Zibanejad, 2 assists. Those are only multi-point guys for the Rangers. Philly had Eric Gustafsson, a goal and an assist. Gostisbehere, goal and an assist. Claude Giroux, 3 assists in this game. Good game for him. And amazingly, James Van Riemsdyk, how good a year he had, only 1 point. Van Riemsdyk has been having a very good year, by the way, if nobody knows that. But he has been very good this year. The miracle occurred. The Flyers outshot somebody. Holy heck. Flyers outshot the Rangers 39-27 in this game. They killed the Rangers in the faceoff dot, 64-36. Not a great night for the penalty kills, but the power plays, not too bad. 2 for 5 for the Rangers, 2 for 8 for the Flyers. I mean, 2 for 8 isn't horribly good, isn't really good, but you get 2 power play goals no matter how many power plays you have. That's a decent night for your power play. Penalty minutes 16-10, 16 for the Rangers. Hits were 25-21 in favor of the Flyers. Blocks 18-10 in favor of the Rangers. And giveaways 10-5, Rangers with 10. Shesterkin had a good game. 35 saves, 897 save percentage. And Brian Elliott, 24 saves, 889 save percentage for the Flyers for the win. Alright, on to Calgary versus Toronto. Can Toronto's little short losing streak end in this game? Or will does that mean Calgary has a winning streak of 2 games? Because Calgary beat them last game in a 3-0 shutout, so let's see how Toronto responds. They responded with 2-1 overtime win. No scoring in the first or second period. Pretty slow-moving game to begin. Couple of good saves. There was one by Rittich on John Tavares that I'm pretty sure Tavares was saying, "My goal-scoring streak is ending." Dang, I hit his foot. Darn it. Why can't I score this year? That's Tavares' head right now. Alright, third period, 16:33. Andrew Mangiapane scores his 7th of the year from Matthew Tkachuk and Elias Lindholm, making it 1-0 Calgary. Toronto responds 1 minute 59 seconds later. William Nylander's 6th from Zach Hyman and Austin Matthews. Nylander with the tying goal. Then overtime, minute 6 is all it took for Toronto. William Nylander's 7th of the year, 2nd of the game for Austin Matthews and Justin Holt. There you go. Toronto back on the winning side of things. Still tops in the league and tops in their division, though. And Calgary still say on that outside of the playoff picture looking in right now in the North Division, saying, why can't we win consecutive games? This is ridiculous now. But, Calgary fans, just be happy that, you know what? They're showing signs. They're going to get there. They just really should have started getting this a little bit earlier, but hopefully they get it. And maybe getting rid of Sam Bennett in a trade would probably actually help the team. And you might actually get someone decent back. Who knows? Alright, so William Nylander, 2 goals in this game. Austin Matthews, 2 assists. So those are your only multi-point goal or multi-point games. Alright, Toronto outshot Calgary 39-22. Outshot them pretty well and killed them in the faceoff dot 61-39 in favor of Toronto. Power plays were not good. 0 for 2 for Calgary, 0 for 4 for Toronto. Great penalty kills for both teams though. Penalty minutes 10-6, 10 for Calgary. Hits were 31-15 in favor of Calgary. Calgary definitely laying the body on. Second game of back-to-back, so not surprising. Blocks 15-11, 15 for Calgary. Giveaways 16-12, Toronto 16. Rittich had 37 saves, 949 save percentage for the loss. He looked very good in this game again. Rittich looked good last game when he shut him out, and in this game too. Michael Hutchinson, 21 saves, 955 save percentage. Good game for him as well. Alright, on to Minnesota versus Colorado. Rivalry game here. So, let's see how this one works out. Are Colorado fans going to be happy and keep growing up in the standings? Or will Minnesota advance in the standings? Minnesota advances in the standings because they killed the Avalanche this evening. 6-2. Sorry, Avalanche fans, I know that hurts a bit, especially coming from a Minnesota loss. But Minnesota played the better game, unfortunately, to tell you. Well, not unfortunately, because I don't mind either way, but hey, Minnesota outplayed them. They outplayed them. I mean, you had no one to blame but the team. That's it. So, this one started 9:44 into the first. Matt Zuccarello's third of the year from Kirill Kaprizov and Victor Rask. Zuccarello has been amazing since he came back. It's surprising. Usually, when players come back from extended injury time, they have a game or two when they're really good, and then they kind of dip back down because they're still getting into things and that adrenaline is gone now. But he has looked good ever since he came back. He does not look like he's missed a step at all. Honestly, it looks probably the best he's looked in a few years to start a season for him. So that's good to see. Always nice to see Matt Zuccarello do well. Alright, second period. Colorado ties up 7:21 into the second. JT Compher's second from Samuel Girard and Devon Toews. I'm sure Avalanche fans were excited to see Compher get on the goal side again. Then it kind of went downhill. 12:31 into the second. Zach Parise's third from Matt Dumba and Marcus Foligno. Foligno's been having a good streak lately. 15-11, Marcus Foligno's fourth of the year. Shorthanded goal from Ryan Hartman. That's a bit of a buzzkill, giving up the shorthanded goal right there. You really lose a lot of momentum with that. But the Avalanche did get the next goal. 3 minutes into the third, Nazem Kadri's fifth. Power play goal from Mikko Rantanen and Cale Makar, making it 3-2 at that point. So it's a close game at this point. 11:56 into the third, Ryan Hartman's third from Kirill Kaprizov and Matt Zuccarello, making it 4-2, kind of putting it out at that point. But 2 goals is not hard to come back from, especially late in the game, especially if you're playing the Ducks. 12:59 into the third, Nico Sturm's first from Nick Bjugstad and Nick Bonino. Always good to see Nick Bonino. I was so sad when the Ducks traded him. Then he won 2 cups with Pittsburgh, and I was like, oh, we could have really used him. Anyways, good to see Nick Bonino on the score sheet again. It's been a little while. 12, and then 17:32 into the third, Nico Sturm scores his second of the game, second of the year, making it 6-2. So, Nico Sturm, 2 goals in this game. Matt Zuccarello, goal and assist. Kaprizov, 2 assists. Marcus Foligno, goal and assist. And anybody else have multi-point games? Looks like Ryan Hartman, goal and assist. Alright. And no multi-point games for the Avalanche. Avalanche go back and forth this year, man. Some games they look amazingly good, unstoppable, and then next game or two they just look like they're invisible. My watch is going off again. Stupid watch. Whenever you're done beeping, watch. Thank you. I know it's midnight. Not my time. Midnight East Coast. Stop it. I hate that beeping. Alright, anyways. Avalanche outshot the Wild 32-25. 25 shots and they got 6 goals. Yeah, not a good night for the Colorado Avalanche goalie and defense. Faceoffs 51-49 in favor of the Avalanche. Power play 0 for 2 for Minnesota, 1 for 4 for the Avalanche. So the Avalanche have the only power play goal. Penalty minutes 8-4, Minnesota 8. Hits 13-10 in favor of Colorado. And then blocks 22-7. Minnesota blocked a lot of shots tonight. That's basically 54 shots right there between the actual shots on goal and the blocks. So that's quite a bit of rubber that was shot their way, and Minnesota's very good at blocking shots, so it's not surprising. Giveaway 6-2, Colorado was 6. Kakinen stood on his head again. This kid has been looking good so far. 30 saves, 938 save percentage. And Grubauer, 19 saves, 792 save percentage. Kind of surprising he was kept in this game, but a lot of the goals were in the third, so it's not surprising, but kind of sucks too because Grubauer has been playing pretty well this year up until this game. Hopefully, you can turn around next one. Alright, on to the devastatingly awful Ducks that I support no matter what, but they love to crush my soul. Versus the Arizona Coyotes, who used to do terrible against the Ducks, now seem to always win against the Ducks. Alright, Arizona won this one 4-3 again, this time in a shootout though. And I forgot to write down who had the shootout winning goal. I believe that was Christian Dvorak again. Shocker there. Alright, this one started, the goal scoring started 1948 into the first. Very close to the end of the period. Max Comtois' 8th from Yanni Hakanpää. That's a fun name to say, by the way. And Cam Fowler. Then in the second period, 7:58 in, Josh Mahura's first of the year from Sam Steele. Originally, Trevor Zegras was given an assist on this, and they checked it because it looked like he might have tipped it in front. He did not, though. It fluttered past me, actually swung and missed. Probably helped to actually get the goal either way, but yeah, it is what it is. 15:46, Max Jones' third goal of the year on the power play from Max Comtois and Cam Fowler. Then it went all downhill in the third period for the Ducks. 10:05 into the third, Tyler Pitlick's third from Oliver Ekman-Larsson and Jordan Osterley, sorry about that. 11:49 into the third, Jacob Chikrin's fifth from Connor Garland and Phil Kessel. At this point, I think anybody who was a Ducks fan out there was going, oh, this again. Really? Again? 16:39, Phil Kessel's 7th from Connor Garland and Oliver Ekman-Larsson to tie the game. Now, at one point in this, I believe it was the third period, Max Jones and Oliver Ekman-Larsson got into it again because Oliver Ekman-Larsson got away with cross-checking the living hell out of him that if Jones had done it to him, it would have been a penalty. No penalty for Ekman-Larsson. Jones went after him, threw his glove off, and actually got a couple punches into Ekman-Larsson's face. Then Getzlaf grabbed him, threw a couple more punches into his face. Can't say it wasn't earned. It was. And only 2-minute roughing penalties for Jones and Ekman-Larsson at that point. But those two have been going at it the whole 2-game series, and I don't think that'll change next time around. And honestly, it's ridiculous that he has not gotten a cross-checking penalty because, wow. Some of the cross-checks he's been throwing this whole 2-game series, it's kind of ridiculous. Most other people will have been given at least 2 at that point. But he gets away with it. Don't know why, but he does. Moving on. In the shootout, like I said, Christian Dvorak scored the winning goal. Trevor Zegras had the first shot for the Ducks. Guy's technical first goal, not really a first goal, but he did score a goal in the shootout. The only one the Ducks scored, because the other 2 shooters were terrible at what they were doing. Alright. Ducks outshot the Coyotes 35-28. Faceoffs, Coyotes won that one heavily, 57-43. Power plays 1 for 2 for Anaheim. That's a miracle. 0 for 2 for Arizona. 6 penalty minutes each. 33 hits to 27 in favor of Anaheim. Blocks 17-16 in favor of Arizona. And giveaways 6-5, Arizona with 6. Ryan Miller, 25 saves, 893 save percentage. Stuck at 1 win behind Dominic Hasek for 14th on the all-time list. Stuck there. Come on, Ducks. Give him at least 1 this year. God. Darcy Kemper made 18 saves, had 857 save percentage. He was not pulled, as far as I could tell. It looked like he went off with some sort of injury problem. So hopefully he's okay. Never like to see anybody get hurt. Aiden Hill came in, made 14 saves for 1,000 save percentage. And he actually got the win because he came in when they were losing. They tied the game. It then became his game. But it still does not count as a shutout. At least I don't think. Does it? No. No, it does not. Last game of the night, LA versus St. Louis. LA's been really good of late, so it's kind of surprising seeing them do as well as they have. Been some growing pains already this year, but they're looking like they're starting to get it now. St. Louis, look at the injury list. It is ridiculous who they're missing. How many guys are missing? I mean, it sucks because they had been doing really good before all the injuries. Or they had started to turn things around finally. Not in this one, though. LA wins this one 2-1. Continues growing their lead in the 4th spot of the West Division. No scoring in the first. Second period, 10:24 in. Alex Iafallo's 6th of the year from Dustin Brown Olimata. Then 16:08 of the second, Andreas Athanasiou from Austin Wagner and Curtis McDermott, making it 2-0 at that point. Then St. Louis makes it interesting. 18-14 to third, Oscar Sundqvist, 3rd of the year, killing the shutout from Ryan O'Reilly and David Perron. But it was just a little bit too late. I mean, you still had 1:46 left at that point. But that's a bit of a tight schedule to get that goal. Doable. Easily doable. But it did not happen tonight. St. Louis outshot LA 34-21. They killed them in the faceoff dot 59-41. LA 0 for 1 on the power play. St. Louis 0 for 4. Penalty minutes 8 for LA, 2 for St. Louis. Hits were 29-23 in favor of St. Louis. Blocks 10-7 in favor of St. Louis. And giveaways 14-12. St. Louis for 14. Both those teams want to get those numbers way down on the giveaways. Pearson, 33 saves for a shot. Oh, no, not a shot. I'm sorry. 971 save percentage. Binnington, 19 saves, 905 save percentage. So, good game for both goalies. It's just sometimes it doesn't matter how good a night you have. It just takes one extra shot and your night just ends with a loss, unfortunately. Alright, just going to touch on this real quick. Tomorrow's game against between San Jose and Vegas has been not canceled, but is going to be rescheduled because I thought this was kind of funny. They refused to announce who on the Sharks was put on the COVID protocol list. And then, like an hour later, they released the league-wide COVID protocol list, and it was Tomas Hertl. You couldn't say that in the initial response, but you can say it in your COVID list. Why? It doesn't make any sense. But it is what it is. So, supposedly, Tomas Hertl was put on the list. We'll see how long he's on it, if he's going to stay on it at all. Because we all know that's not the most accurate, the testing. Maybe the percentage is better now. I had to get tested at one point because my wife was exposed at work. And that was like a month or... no, that was like 2-3 months into the whole pandemic. And back then they told us the accuracy of the nasal swab was about 65%. So that's not the greatest. I mean, it could be worse, but it's not the greatest. So I'm not sure if that has gotten better. If you know, let me know in the comments. It'd be nice to know. I work in the medical field, and honestly, I have not read any changes to that number. But I don't know. Maybe they're better. The quick action, the quick response ones, maybe they're higher percentage rate, success rate than the others. I don't know. But as far as I know, it's no different. So hopefully it was just a false positive and he can be back soon. But for now, that game has been postponed, and the practice facility for the Sharks and the arena have been shut down for a deep scrub, because the Bay Area here in California is extremely restrictive. So they pretty much are shut down in San Jose for the time being. We'll see how long it actually ends up being. And don't know if it was a positive test or just he was exposed or around somebody that tested positive, or maybe testing at the time to see if they are positive or not. Don't know all the details, probably will never know, but that's the situation. Honestly, at this point, these two teams just don't need to play each other, because it seems like one or the other goes on the protocol list right before they play. They played one of the 4 games they were supposed to play so far this year. Or maybe it's one of the 3, but still. That was a makeup game for one of them anyways. This was supposed to be the beginning of a new series, I believe. So, hopefully they can stop this before the next game. But for now, that game tomorrow is canceled, so don't expect to see it on the list, as fun as they are to see each other play. But that's where we're at. Alright, other than that, make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. If you have subscribed, thank you for subscribing. And make sure to hit that notification bell next to the little red subscribe button down at the bottom of this screen. That way you can be notified when I drop a new video, because I do try and drop them at least once a day, if not more. We'll see, because school's getting kind of hectic, so we'll see how this works out. If I do multiple videos or just one. But also make sure to like, comment, and share. Let me know what you think about the day, who had good days, who had bad days. And other than that, I will see you all next video. Bye, everybody.